Hello, hello, hello. Um, I I do some things now in my more conscious self. I listen to these intuition videos by like Carl Jung. I can fall asleep to it. Um, Getting up in the morning, let that be the first thing I hear. Um, I'm I was gonna gatekeep it. I really was, cause yeah, but I don't want to. I I don't want to be the gatekeeper, of stuff. I'd rather just say what it is. Um, a lot of times there are things about us that needs to be affirmed. Okay. And a lot of times we can't get that from our environment that we live in because most of us feel misunderstood. If we be honest, right? So if people really, really, really be honest about who they are, they feel lost, especially around people. Um, Life can be very confusing if you do not get to experience life from a lot of corners of it, right? I have had I'm going to say the privilege, the real privilege of seeing life from a lot of aspects, of which to me, um, it grows me as a person. I if I swear, if I sit and tell people, well, no, Misty, come on, tell the truth. I have sat and told people my story. They don't believe it. It's one lady I was friends with. I can say her name because she's no longer on this side of the earth. Her name is Stacy Dansby, and I was friends with that lady, and I loved her, but she would allow her jealousy and envy of me to skew her vision of me. And that is the main problem I have with having women friends. My outside look way better than what's going on inside. And then when I tell people what's going on inside, they never believe me because it's something about the outside that happens. One thing I've learned is that God covers me. I do not look like what I've been through. I've been through, it shapes who you see, right? I've been through hell, man. I try to tell people that. I was like, boy, you think it, ooh, you think it's, yeah, you think that's what's happening? It ain't. Mm-mm. When I try to tell people, I'm like, do you know the things that happens to me? And I just take it on the chin. I take, I take every goddamn thing on the chin because I know how detrimental it is to take it on the heart. I once worked by a heart doctor, which I saw when I took my daddy to the doctor last week, and he is still practicing medicine. His name is Dr. Johnson. He's a renowned cardiologist here in Houston, and he always say matters of the heart affects the heart. He said whatever is on your emotion is on your heart. He says, and your emotions can shred your heart into pieces. And so learning that, like sitting by his office, because my office, was right by his, and I could hear, and I would make sure I'm listening. It's a lot of things I've learned. He's one of the that's why he's that dang on old, still being able to practice medicine, and all his children practice medicine too. It's a crazy thing, but I mean, when you talk about a massive human being, about 6'7", pale as the day is long, blue eyes, blonde hair, but an awesome human being, man. An awesome human being. But anyway, uh, a lot of times, if we be honest about who we are, especially at my age, you start to grow. Like your brain, you kind of notice that this brain is fully developed. My brain is fully developed. Um, and so, things that wasn't taking shape before take shape now. But I do attribute my fully developed brain to self-preservation, sleep, minerals, and healing. It's a lot of things that I understand that it's so hard to get Black people to understand. And if you say it, you feel like you're in a room full of people with nine eyes. Nobody has an understanding of nothing, you know? And you feel intellectually alone because you are and spiritually alone. Like you have to ask yourself, do these people know their spirit? Why you do? Do you know you're a spirit? Like this right here, I'm gonna die one day. Like I'm gonna die, and all this gonna look like the earth. Like, but inside of me is a person that's divine, and that's a part of the cycle for change. I was born that way, and that's the one thing I'm noticing. How I was as a kid, I strayed away from it when life got to beat me all upside my head. But life has always warned me that I'm gonna go back. I if I be honest, this is my honesty. In my club days, people couldn't recognize me. They was like, "Who is this person? What do she got on? What is happening here?" Like people who knew me didn't know what the hell was going on during my clubbing days, baby. They was like, man, people would see me out and be like, "Mister, what the hell you doing?" I'd be like, leave me alone. And then in certain places I didn't go because I was always running into people who knew me prior to me losing my damn mind. People who knew me and they be like, "Mr. McWilliams." I'm like, "Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Come on. Please leave me alone." And one thing I learned, that they had a standard of me that they were used to. And I was veering off the standard, baby. I was, it was a hot girl. I was a hot girl. I ain't gonna lie. But something, the very inner knowing of me always told me, you're gonna go back. Have fun now. Have fun now. Have fun now. It's just something inside me always said, have fun now. Have all the fun you got, because you're gonna go back. I kind of knew I'd always revert right back to a nerd. And no matter how much I tried to fake like somebody else, I would go places and read a book. And they'd be like, "Bitch, are you sitting there reading a goddamn book? Why are you bringing a book?" Like I would go places with people and I would always pack a book. Bitch. And that's how they would have, "Bitch, you gonna actually read a book?" I was like, "I like books." They be like, "You nerdy ass girl." Baby, I tie that hair up, put on my glasses and my book. They'd be like, "Look at this nerdy ass girl. Boy, this goddamn girl's a nerd." It just never left. Men would be like, I thought you was I didn't know you was why do you have so many books?" I was like, "Because I read." I've everywhere I've lived, I've had bookshelves in my house. I am a bookie. I love books. And so people meet me, they be like, "This girl here is a nerd." And something in me always told me, you're going to have to go back to yourself. But to get back to my original self, do you know how much healing is required? A lot. And so I listen to these videos, which I'm gonna learn how to like incorporate some in my videos. I'm really finna start learning how to make videos. Like I don't know, I'm into some kind of bag. I've been looking at cameras, all kind of other stuff. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in my life, child. I don't know, but something's happening. That's all I know. And some things is changing every damn day. Every day is a change. It's something I feel, something I'm like, okay, I got this thing. But every step makes me feel like, yep, you got it. Yep, you got this thing. Come on. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And every step of the way, I always tell my mom that, girl, I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for you. And I thank you for showing me how not creating healthy boundaries in my life will ruin it. And I thank my mom. I really do. I thank her for showing me the way. I thank her for making all the mistakes she made so I wouldn't have to. I couldn't imagine what my life would be like if I had to repeat all my mother's mistakes. I would not be well. I wouldn't be well at all. Having to repeat all of that. But my mother and I have a cousin, my cousin Jackie. They just showed me some things about life. And that cousin, she'd be like, bitch, pay attention. Don't you let this happen. I mean, she was really, don't let this shit happen to you. And seeing her life, I was like, I'm not gonna let it happen, baby. And I stand 10 toes down on that. And the funny thing is, I've been speaking things in my life since I was a teenager. I can look back on things and be like, I spoke that about life as a teenager. I was like, oh no, oh, not me. Nope. I'll speak more about it, but I had let life make me just tired, through, ugly, and big. I had to let life just tell me up, hey, boo-boo. Oh. We don't have school today. So I had let life beat me up, but I had to figure out how to fight back. You can go lay on mama's side of the bed. Kyle. Well, you don't have to go to school today, so you can sleep as much as you want. Okay. So I had let life just tear me up, child. And I had to say, okay, Misty, you're going to have to fight back. And the truth is, I knew how to fight physically. I did not know how to fight emotionally. I did not know how to fight spiritually. I didn't know how to fight like that. I didn't. But I learned. And that physical fight still want to, if you try me, still want to come out. But I have to remind myself, Misty, speak your truth. That's your fight. You speak truth. Let truth fight for you. You don't have to pick up your hands to fight another fight. You've done that long enough, sister. We are past that. We are emotionally intelligent. We're spiritually intelligent, and we are past that. So I have to constantly remind the fighter girl in me, hey, chill out. And there's also a lover girl in me. Oh, she's a lover girl. God, dog, she's a lover girl. And parts of me want to be a lover girl. But I feel the way we're being guided as far as relationships and stuff. I don't like it. I know likey. I know likey at all. And I ain't trying to fix nobody, so I just choose not to participate. All I One thing I try to do is not entertain nothing that's not for me. Because I cannot send something into the universe and say, this is what I want, this is what I feel like I deserve, wop, and I'm sitting around accepting anything. No, absolutely not. So if you're not for me, baby, it's okay. And I am learning how to accept rejection. I used to have a problem with it. Ugh. But I'm learning to accept when somebody else choose somebody else. I mean, ain't no way around it. It happens. But I also have a little fantasy that I live in that I've had to break the glass down off my fantasy and just see things for what they were. I would always have a fantasy in my head, this is just in my head, that people will see the error of their ways and self-correct. If I say, hey, this makes me feel like this, that, and the other, they'll be like, oh, okay, my bad, and self-correct. No. Okay. Or I'm glad you communicated that with me, in a decent way. I'll work on that. No. So, and I just expect people to self-correct. I have weak boundaries. Let me say that. My boundaries are very, very weak. They're very weak, child. Very weak. But we are strengthening these boundaries, baby. And we're also changing about what we care about. Things that I used to care about, I just woke up one day and don't give a damn. I can't tell you the day I woke up and I gave a damn, but I just noticed. I'll be like, don't give a damn. I'm like, I used to care about stuff like this. I don't give a damn. I remember I could put on 3, 4 sets of clothes, 5, baby, whatever I put on, I'm going to put on. Okay? And whatever it look like when I leave this house, I don't give a damn. I'm going. Yep, just like that. Changing clubs. Baby, I could be in there trying to do a little 1-2 to my eyes, because that's all I'm going to do. I don't put makeup on my face, just my eyes and lips. I can be in there doing something to my eyes, and I just look, I'm like, yep, that's it. Boop, boop, I'm out. One day I just said, I don't give a damn. I said, yeah, that's different. Cause stuff I used to really care. Just internally though. People couldn't on the outside people think I don't give a damn about nothing. Ooh, but they were so wrong. I cared about everything, but now can't say that I care at all. Okay. And that just happened all of a sudden. I was like, okay, come on with the growth. I'm able to just spot bullshit. I can spot it with my eyes closed. I blow all this bullshit. Okay, yeah, all right. And one thing I'm mastering is to understand that people are broken. We live in a world full of broken people. And that on that. I also believe that what we're going through in the world, I feel this is the world's way of throwing up on us. That's how I see it. The world is just throwing up on us. We have become such a disgusting, vile, heinous, cruel, evil people. Like you can't, you can no longer sit back and be like, oh, that's white people, that's Mexican people, that's black. No, that's everybody. Just vile. over sexualized, overstimulated, just. And I just think this is the world saying, I'm going to throw up on y'all because y'all are disgusting. And boom, ugh, everything is sick. If you look around the world right now, everywhere is at war. Everybody is unpleased with where they live. So you can jump ship from America and go over there to Spain. They protesting in Spain. They burning shit down over there in the British. I mean, they over here burning shit down over here. The world is sick. Even land is sick. Everything is sick. Fires popping up every damn where. You know what I'm saying? In the news, it's not talking about how places are on fire at rapid rates, how they're trying to wipe the island of Hawaii out of here. You know, it's just, the world is just throwing up on us. Like, look at y'all. Look how y'all are. Look what y'all doing. And we're doing it to ourselves. And it's not just in America. It is everywhere. It is vile. It is disgusting. We have taken God and made a complete mockery out of who God is. We've lied about it. It's a he, it's a this, it's a that, it's the other. And in clear text over most of everything you can read lets you know that male and female imbalance, yin and yang, is the spirit of God. Male and female. You have to reconcile with both sides of yourself. You are not just male. You are mother and father. You are mother and father. Both male and female together. That is how you live in harmony with yourself. You cannot sit in feminine energy all day. And you can't sit in masculine energy all day. You're going to look like a fool and you're going to act like a fool. That's why people out here doing the crazy things that they doing. You know what I'm saying? You sitting in energy instead of balancing out your energies. Once you learn to balance out your energy, when your masculine energy comes up, you'll know it. It's going to announce to you. You stay here. You stay here. Watch your niggas gonna show up. Keep sitting here and watch this energy turn to a nigga. Nope. I want to stay in some balanced energy. Let me go ahead and go. Okay? You want to do that. But I think we're just so lost. Everybody is looking and searching for something. So we believe anything they say on the internet, you know? Which in true form, it is no one way to love a man and one way to love a woman, and everybody just have a one way, and the one way don't work. You still have to go down the rabbit hole. Like, you have to get to know each other outside of being physical, because if physical all you have, at some point y'all gonna hit a road, and that something gonna happen to one or the other physically. What you gonna do? What you got? Nothing but laying down in the damn bed. It's crazy. We gotta have more than just that. You need a lot of things to make a love pair work, and it's not all physical. Now, physical plays a part, but physical without the mental is dead. You feel like a prostitute. That's why some women try to explain to a man that I like these things, but you take it too far. It's just hard, especially when you and a man ain't evenly yoked. He's not going to. Because when you and a man are in connection, you won't even have to say nothing. He going to know what it is. That's when you know you're in connection with somebody. When you're not in connection, baby, you can roll over on fire. Ain't gonna make a difference. And another thing, we have to learn how to leave people sooner. They showing you who they are. Why are you sticking around? Go. I mean, go. The faster you go, the less heartache you feel. The longer you stay, the longer the heartache lingers. I'm gonna go because all you can do is hurt my feelings. That's it. And my feelings repair pretty fast. Yeah, they repair pretty fast. I'm like, oh, okay, okay. And these days, you meet people and they feel like they want to tell you who you are. You be like, I be like, sir, you probably want to get to know me. You're a typical black woman, and I'm like, oh, okay, well. Whew, Lord Jesus. And when you look into people's life, you see habits that you know ain't gonna work for yours. If you are taking just a sneak peek in a person's life and they have habits and patterns that you don't, just go on, baby. It ain't gonna stop. You just gonna enter that war. It's not. Just go on. Encourage yourself. Motivate yourself. Affirm yourself. Be resilient. Pain makes you strong. And not strong in a hardened kind of way. If you choose to rise above the pain, it makes you resilient. Like bamboo. I'll sway, but I ain't gonna break. Yep, I sway to this side, I sway to that side. I move around a little bit. Yeah, I'm flexible. Yeah, but I'm not breaking. And what about it? And if you pull me too far, I slap you in your face. Pow! Okay. Be like bamboo. Just be resilient and self-repair. I think a lot of people turn to drugs and alcohol because they don't know how to self-repair. That is the one thing I'm teaching Danny about. How to self-repair. How to take his rejection and turn it into something different. Turn it into, maybe that wasn't for me. They said no, maybe that wasn't for me. Okay, well, maybe that wasn't for me. Know how to turn certain no's into yeses, but also learning how to leave certain no's a no and be okay with it being a no. Because one thing, as you mature in life, you thank God for all the no's. You be like, you see people and be like, boy, I liked him. Oh, I really liked him. Oh, I thank God. Do you know how many people I saw? I was like, oh, Lord, I dated you. Oh, Jesus, Misty. Girl, you was lost. Oh, Jesus, lamb. One dude, he made me cry. I was like, I can't. What you doing all this when I know you? Were you talking this fast when I knew you? Like, did I not see it? Like, what was going on? Like, some that I don't know what I was thinking. But anywho, grow. Just be a better person within yourself. You'll be able to figure everything else out once you go back to yourself. It's like I can see stuff. I'll be like, I know what that is. And some people like, well, where you get that from? Observation. I'm watching you, like I'm looking at you. But one thing I noticed, even on Saturday, you can be around people and everybody's in their own little world. Nobody sees the bigger picture. Like everybody's in their own particular, even though they're together. They're together but separate. Instead of people paying attention to what's happening. We're so unconscious. But anyway. Anywho, that's just my little tidbits and my rants. But I am going to find a way to start putting the things that motivate me and keep me balanced and help and just lets me know you're on the right track, girlie. These things that motivate me at night and in the morning, I listen to it because it is encouraging to me. And it just lets me know you're on your path, baby, and you're on it pretty good. And keep going. Because a lot of times we think we can get affirmation from broken people, but we can't. So I think if people start to really be who they are and say what they really need, we'll be more calmer people, more people that have more empathy for each other. But I think the more we go around and our needs not be met, emotional needs, we become disgusting human beings. So I wish everybody healing, man. From the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, heal. It's the best thing you can do for your lives and the most loving thing you can do for your children and your grandchildren is heal yourself so that world look a little different. Namaste.